We are about to make history. Would you say, is that dramatic? Is that too dramatic?
Yes.
It was a lot of fun though. You guys are gonna love the video. We're gonna go present it to show the whole world, entirety of NAB. You think everyone's out there?
It's a big group.
So the purpose of the video was to highlight a new feature that Adobe's put into After Effects called content-aware fill. Now as a photographer, I use it a lot in Photoshop, but I've never really had the skill set to be able to remove anything from video. That's where you would come in. So they thought we would be like a perfect pair to show that off.
We filmed it in about 1 day. I think total about 50 visual effect shots in a little less than 2 weeks. But just having the concept of the content-aware fill, I think, motivated the idea and the concept. And I talked to Peter about it, and he was super excited. And he had a bunch of ideas on different things and different gags that we could do. A lot of work, but it was just a ton of fun to do. All right, let's do this.
We gotta go. We're on like right now. They're after you.
Thank you.
What's happening?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting presentation. I'm here with Peter McKinnon, we've got some fans. What's up, guys? Oh, sorry. What's up, everybody? Good to see ya. Good to feel the energy. Are you ready for this? I am ready. We had a pretty fun time working on his vlog, and maybe we should check it out before we play it up too much. Yeah, we should probably just start it. We'll view it together, we'll screen it together, and then we'll dive in. Perfect. Are you ready? I need to know if you're ready. You guys ready? Come on. Ready? Let's make every other booth jealous that they're not here right now. Are you ready? Brilliant.
Hi. You might notice something different right now. 1, sunshine, right? The sun. 2, my general happiness because of said sunshine. And 3, no, I'm not in Canada. I'm in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Whoa, you guys don't even understand what's about to happen today. Your minds are gonna be blown. They're gonna be totally blown. See, I've loved making videos my entire life, back from making skateboard videos with my dad, right up to making videos on YouTube today. But there's a certain individual that I've followed his career, and the stuff that he does has inspired and changed the industry forever. This guy, his name is Andrew Kramer, and he runs a little company called Video Copilot. I'm in the belly of the beast today, guys. I'm bringing you with me. We're gonna see some crazy VFX and learn some new techniques you're gonna be doing by the end of this video. You're gonna be blowing your own mind. I said it. I'm really just happy about the sunlight. Looks like they just ate lunch. Ooh, that's good. Still warm. Let's go find Andrew. There's a lot of you over here. I was just expecting to see you. What's up, man? Andrew.
Brian.
Tino. Jacob. Dustin. Trevor.
Taylor.
I thought you forgot for a second. I was like, oh, Dustin. Did the package arrive yet?
The package did arrive about 20 minutes ago, and I think you're gonna like it.
Did you open it? Did you take a peek? Come
Nope,
on.
nope, we gotta do the unboxing right here.
You definitely did. I'm impressed. Okay, well that's exciting. I should show them more of like, look at this place. This is amazing. This is what I need. I'm just gonna move in here.
want to open that package. That's why I actually flew here so we could unbox this new thing together. If you thought that was cool, that was like, ugh, come with me.
I fully thought that you probably opened it and didn't wait for me. I'm pumped.
I promise we didn't just retape it. You want to do the honors?
Please. Okay. Adobe really stepped up their packaging.
All right, you've heard of content-aware fill. With this, you just grab the remote and you're gonna point it at.
Yo! Oh,
Now, there are some warnings,
this
instructions.
incredible. You could just like. Let's go outside. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I wonder where all this stuff goes.
I don't know. I feel like we can make a difference with this.
Do something impactful.
Yeah, like, look, you see that nail?
We'll be heroes.
Let me get my camera.
I think we should maybe get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Look, I've got some gear here. I think we can destroy it, and that way nobody. You know,
Yeah, I'll destroy it. That's fine. It's gone forever.
If you don't mind, you know, I can do it here. I have the.
I'm more than happy to. I'm more than happy. Pete, Andrew.
Damn. Yo, come on. This what? Come on. Before we get into this, the funniest thing happened. So when this came to be and this idea was presented to us, they were like, get on the phone with Andrew, see what you guys want to kind of do together as far as ideas go. And I was like, oh, okay, like I know you're amazing at VFX. So I thought, okay, it would be cool if we like ran into a warehouse, fired some guns, I throw him a briefcase, and then it disappears, and then it's over, and ah. And I actually called him and pitched him that idea. And I remember hearing him go, yeah, why don't we like have an overpass explode and a transport truck comes flying off of it and cars. And in that very moment I thought to myself, awesome, great first impression. If I knew that caliber was available, my idea would have sucked a little less. But dude, thank you.
Thanks, Peter.
So good.
Negotiating tactics, all right? Always aim a little higher, then bring it down.
Yeah.
No, actually, that is true. Peter said the first thing he wants to do is put on the SWAT outfit and like shoot a big gun. I was like, let's do it.
It's my dream.
But yeah, the production, you know, we wanted to have a fun stunt, a fun action thing. And, you know, I didn't even know content-aware fill was part of it. I'm just like, we'll have a bridge. And they're like, it's supposed to disappear. I'm like, no problem. Make
Boop.
it disappear.
Yeah.
But the fun part was just coming up with ideas on like what we should do with this, right? Because every idea involves like being cruel to like people or like a boat or, you know, and it's like
Sandwich out of someone's hands or...
That was my favorite gag. Somebody eating a sandwich, and then they go to erase the sandwich, but it erases the person, and the sandwich falls. But we didn't have the budget, you know. Look.
So we shot the whole thing in about 5 hours, and we did a lot of different bits, which was a lot of fun because as a vlogger, making tutorials, that kind of thing, I kind of just make it up as I go. I don't really plan it out, so I kind of just showed up here with my vlog camera. Just classic Pete, like, wow, what's up? What's up, Andrew? And then he's over here with a storyboard and lists, and he's like, all right, we're going to rock this out. We got different bits that we're going to do, so it was really interesting to see his mind work in that regard versus, you know, flying by the seat of your pants all day, every day. And it
So-
turned out awesome.
Yeah, so obviously we shot it all on a green screen, some keys better than others. But given what we have 8 days to do about 50 visual effect shots, I should give a big shout out to the video co-pilot crew, Dusty, Trevor, Jake, Fabian, like these guys.
Good job, guys. It took me 8 days just to make the vlog, and then you did that.
But you know, it was just a fun challenge to try to create something that was, you know, part of your vlog, but also a little bit crazy because I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Should we show them the little bonus secret ending at the very end?
You guys want
I
to see? There's just this little extra.
Little extra goodness.
There's the stop sign. That's interesting.
We didn't make it. Spoiler alert, we didn't make it. So I had a question for you. How long did just the truck scene take? Because I'm unfamiliar with how a lot of that works, and that was created from nothing.
Yeah. So that we started on that pretty early on. I think that finished 1 day early than the rest of the keys. When you do a CG sequence, you could say, all right, you do a full CG sequence. So you build the overpass, you build the background, you build the trucks, the cars, and you try to figure out, okay, what are the shots? Like every shot has specific things, right? So you have the shot, us looking, and the bridge disappears. You have the shot, on the ledge where one car goes over, and then you have the shot down below. And so you try to sync it all up into one sequence because that way then you can just move the camera around and get the different shots. You don't have to create a unique scene for each truck, each bit. And so I think, we approached it from, okay, let's get 89% there, right? Let's make it really good, maybe not headlights, maybe not street lights, but let's pick all the things that are going to stand out the most because of the tight schedule. And I think that's a really important strategy when you're doing a lot of visual effects is you want them all to be risen to a certain bar, and you have to accept what that is and understand what that is going into it, and that way you can be successful because we can always make a visual effect shot a little bit better, but when you see it all together as a whole piece and that it's cohesive, it just works a lot better than having one really amazing visual effect shot and then,
Yeah, I remember you saying when we were texting, I was texting him all week, show me something, and he waited to the last minute to show me anything. But I remember you saying you were working on the big finale because it's the most important.
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things I learned working with visual effects stuff, again, first time, was the little details that I never thought of. When we were shooting, you would keep saying it's so important where your line of sight is. Right. And you want to dive into that a bit. I think that was something that I took home. And I think if anyone here is interested in doing that kind of thing, that was a huge factor of what made this actually work.
Yeah, I think anytime you think about a scene that's filmed in real life, you have an over the shoulder and you have the 180 rule. Even in a virtual production, you want to think about all that stuff. What are they looking at? Where is the light source from the main scene? And that's why a lot of big stunt scenes sometimes have just kind of a generic overcast day because you can kind of light everything generically, maybe have a key light or a backlight. But as far as the eye line, we're just thinking, okay, what are we looking at? Are we looking down at something? Because the camera's, usually the camera's going to be eye level, If we're looking down, our eyes need to look that way. If we're looking up, we need to look that way. And we can't both be looking at something because it's very easy to tell. I can look at you guys, I can see if you're looking at me or if you're at Peter. Obviously, he's better looking, so look, I don't blame you. But the point is, you got to get those eye lines synced. Otherwise, it ruins the feel that you have that you're looking at the same thing that they're looking at.
Yeah, I remember we would pick certain things when we were shooting. So right now, he'd say the NDI sign, the Adobe glass thing, this guy over here in the burgundy shirt, we're going to look at him, and then on 3, we're going to react. And it was weird reacting to nothing. Because most of the time, if you're vlogging and you're in the moment or you're filming a video, you say something and you're like, hey, that looks like a Toronto Maple Leaf hat. You're like, oh, that's cool. But if I'm not here and someone's just telling you guys to do that, it's a totally different experience. So being able to just figure it out is cool.
Yeah, one cool thing is that when you do film on a green screen, what's cool is you can resync a performance. So if we're standing here and we're supposed to both like, look up at something exciting, and maybe I'm a little off, or he's, what you can do is you can cut the clip in half and then just shift the time until you get that sort of moment, everybody's doing the exact same thing. And that's a technique they use a lot in editorial, Premiere. There's a lot of like stabilizing shots, putting it back in. We shot 4K and we just shot a little bit wider so we could have a little bit of room to reposition the shots and zoom in. And to me, that's the benefit of 4K, is just being able to reframe shots. And especially if you're cutting back to a shot, you can cut to a close-up, or then you can cut back to a wide. You have that flexibility to not feel like you're just cutting to the same shot each time.
It gives the software just more options, even just stabilizing, anything like that. It just makes it easier on the software performing whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to think of some of the weird tricks. I mean, you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, there's 5 shots in this sequence. How can we reuse the key settings? Because all of the keys were pretty much the same. So we created basically the pre-comp that had all of the master settings. And then we could use that and say, okay, if we refined it, made it a little bit better, we could incorporate that into other shots. But we always try to reuse as much of the work because, it was critical. Like, I think we finished the video about, 2 a.m. last night, and then I drove out here from California. And here we are.
I watched it in the airport lounge.
Exactly.
I think we got time for questions. So we've got a microphone. If you guys want to know anything specific about the process of making this video or anything at all, what Andrew was wearing that day.
Was the box that the product was delivered in, was that CG, or is that a real cool box that you had?
Should we tell him?
Tell him.
So Adobe's going to be releasing, and you heard it here first. No, it's completely fake. He made the whole box. All I did was we had a foam cutout with that little device inside it, which was actually a card reader.
Yeah, so we started, so he's like talking about like, hey,
So
I'm going to come and film some behind the scenes stuff. And I'm like trying to be like, what's our prop? Like, what's our gadget? So I got a card reader, covered up all the slots with some like tape.
Gaff tape.
And then just took like a little, like a remote button and put it on the end, like as like a, and then just put we literally super glued a button on top of it. And then for the box, because I knew it would be cool if he could pull it out of something and like touch it, right? So it was just like styrofoam. We had some styrofoam, we cut it. I cut a shape around the prop to fit right in there. And then when he's reaching into it, so to give you an idea, he's reaching into it, we put a green screen behind his hand. And so then he's reaching into it, and then what we did is we created a box that was behind the foam and in front of the foam, but also behind his hand. So you're basically CGing the box underneath the styrofoam so that it looks like it's one piece. And then our CG artist, Ramiro, he even has like shadow casting on the box as it's lifting up. These guys.
I don't know, maybe by show of hands, does anyone else feel like they're going to get a nosebleed just listening to how that was done? It's just me. Thanks for your question, man. Anybody else? 2 microphones, left, right. Don't be shy. There we go.
Hey.
What's up, man?
I wonder if you could talk a little bit about like the rendering like hardware that you have, and especially with a last-minute deadline and like this much VFX stuff. I mean, how are you able to turn around things and plan for the render time based on what you're doing?
So, Peter? Oh.
Yeah, no, I did nothing.
So we decided, okay, the keying, we weren't going to do refined soft edging. We weren't going to do a lot of procedural keying. We said, okay, we're going to go for some tricks that we know will render fast. And then the only big CG scene was the truck scene. And so the key to that was actually, I sent him one video, and it was the video of the timing with like really rough animatics, like just the basic most things you could see, cars, and just us on green screens. The sooner you can get to a locked cut or a close cut, the more reliable you can have everybody working towards the end goal. So early on, I was just trying to cut that scene. Okay, you look. Okay, how fast is the car coming? And then that one falls down, and you get a little bit of sound effects just to kind of feel the rhythm. And then you when you do a blue screen or a green screen, you just create it like 10, 15 frame handles. And that way, if your visual effects shot turns out 10 times better than you expected, which it did, the truck scene by Fabian, he just did this amazing job. I was like, it looked real. It looked like a plate with a CG truck. And when you have something really cool, you want to like extend the shot. And so then, you shorten the other parts. But you getting the story and the edit, that was the first thing. And then the rest of the effects were just mostly blue screen shots and just mixing it up and,
So for like a 2-minute video, how long would have the whole render time been for everything?
So I know all the CG stuff at HD, I think it took about 1 whole day on a monster machine. So not terrible, but it's super optimized. Like the way we even lit the scene without global illumination, there's just like fancy things in rendering that are like, oh, look at the caustics, it's so cool, and it's like, we don't have the budget for caustics, man. We gotta just wireframe.
We gotta cut that.
Wireframe render. That's it. But once he was sending me the screenshots of the truck, and you're just like, oh, it would be cool if we had this one shot where, it's skidding down the front. No, that would then because if you look at it, I mean, this is what movies do, but it's not. It's easy to watch a movie and see time stretched out because you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, that guy will never catch up to that. The truck's just falling forever. And when you do it, it feels ridiculous. It's like, oh my gosh, that thing should have just fell off like 10 minutes ago. But you want to extend the time, and so you try to think like, okay, if it gets to here and we cut away, time will get lost, and then you can show it again. And then from this angle, we don't see the front, so we don't know how far off it is. And you can stretch out those dramatic moments, which it just makes it fun. I mean, that's what we're doing.
Thanks, man. Any other questions? We got one over here. Look at that perfect beard, man. It's just perfect.
Thank you. So how would you say content-aware fill changed the workflow versus traditional techniques, rotoing, and whatever that type of stuff?
I would say that it gives you, in shots that would be extremely difficult, it gives you a really good head start. So now you're starting with something that maybe needs a little bit of cleanup. Some of the shots, some that didn't even make it into the cut because we were just like trying to compress it. Some of them, it was just done. You did it and you didn't have to do anything else. Other shots, you say, oh, well, there's an artifact, but it's like, I can clean that up. That won't, you can even use content-aware fill like multiple times and clean it up until you get it the way that you want. So it's one of these things where it's going to work really, really well on a lot of things, and then other things you're going to want to be combining multiple techniques, but it's a great start either way.
As far as like just regulars, like I'm going to go like, I'm a muggle compared to Andrew Kramer. So for muggle use, as far as After Effects goes and content-aware fill, it's pretty solid just across the board for like vlog stuff. You want to get rid of a logo on a t-shirt or a hat, or someone's drawn something on their hand and they're pouring some latte art at a cafe, and it's just amazing latte art, but that hand, that kind of thing to get cleaned up. So like normal applications, no offense, it's solid. So that's where I like to use it versus having a truck crash off of a freeway that I created. I'm sure it works well there too.
Oh, absolutely.
You have a microphone.
PD.
What's up, man?
Congrats on the coin, first of all, bro. That was amazing. I just wanted to ask you a question as a creator.
Sure.
Do you feel like this will influence maybe some of your ideas in the creation process as far as story goes? Being able to maybe go outside of the normal bounds of what you'd be able to do, say in a vlog or a short or a bucket list?
Yeah.
Do you think like this kind of thing will influence maybe the heights of what you can accomplish with those?
I think absolutely. Before meeting Andrew, I was a fan of that sort of thing, but it always just kind of felt just so far away from my abilities. You just like I said at the very beginning when I came out, the idea that I had was so more doable for me as not a VFX person, but being able to work on this and see the new software updates and then watch someone magically use them so well, yeah, for sure it makes me want to up the ante with all video production. So I can really see it influencing just my videos as a whole, tutorials, intros, little things that I can just drop in here and there that, either would have taken a long time, now are going to take way less time, but just the overall inspiration of wanting to now, after seeing that, incorporate trucks crashing into more of my videos. It's going to happen, as long as his schedule permits it to happen.
Listen, for you, Peter, anything.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice working with you.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Anytime you work on something, you get a better sense of how to accomplish that. And for me, it's like seeing like, wow, we're like going to make this. Like we have everything really going. And then you can say, you know what, let's add a little bit more. And you sort of just figure out where those boundaries are. And there's no question, the more you understand it, you demystify it. It doesn't seem that impossible. And then you start incorporating it, and then you're doing even more ambitious things than you thought. So we're the same way. Every production, we get a little bit more confident and a little bit more skilled, and all working together as a team.
Yeah. I think that about wraps it up.
Pretty good.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're going to go back and watch it and smash the like button for me, ring the bell, all of those things. And if you don't follow this guy's work, I don't know why you're even sitting here. So, dude,
all right,
it was a pleasure.
Yeah, man, good job.